everybody, Superdux fan here, and today I'm doing a quick drive video on the new 2016 Fiat 500C Abarth. So it's the convertible, which doesn't do me any good here on this rainy day, but this also has the new automatic transmission, which will be interesting to test out here. But, you know, it has the really nice digital gauges now that are beautiful, very high resolution, very impressive gauges, and I like those a lot. Another thing that I love a lot is this exhaust. I still love the way these things sound. Now, I reviewed an Abarth about a year ago that was modified, so it wasn't, you know, really stock. So this will be a good baseline for how a stock one should feel. And, you know, it's a shame it's an automatic here, but I'm curious to see how the automatic does, because I think that'll really open it up to a lot of enthusiasts that don't want to have a manual for, you know, traffic and things like that. The first thing I can say about this automatic is it shifts pretty well, except there's no paddle shifters. I wish they had paddles. That would make it much better to be able to play with your own gears. You do have the slapstick here. You can you know, manually shift it that way if you'd like, but it'd be nice to have paddles, of course. But man, that exhaust just sounds so good. And we got a straight road here. Let's give it some gas and see how it does. Wheel spin because it's a rainy day, but it pulls well. I love it just sounds so good. Now, it did take a second to downshift and give me the gear that I was looking for there, but you know, it's good though. I mean, the turbo spools up quickly, and you know, I would say that it's not super eager to downshift, but it will, you know, downshift of course and give you the power you need. The nice thing though is being that this is you know, turbocharged, you don't you know, you have power everywhere. It's not like an naturally aspirated engine you have to wring out. You got good power down low here with this. It does feel pretty torquey. And then once you hit this sport button here, you have a sport light that comes on next to your boost gauge here, and then all the digital gauges change font and are a little more racy and aggressive in their styling. And so now it's definitely more eager to downshift here, so that's what we're looking for. You definitely want to drive in sport if you want to drive in any kind of spirited fashion. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say right off the bat here that the automatic is good. It still gives you the Abarth fun, just you know, like I said, it's not as fun as the manual, of course, but I'm an old school guy and I like, you know, shifting my own gears and having that power right whenever I want to shift. But you know, the automatic does a pretty good job, I gotta say. If it had paddle shifters, it'd be a lot better, I think, but it's still not bad even just as it is. And I just love the Abarth. These are just so cool. It's such a unique alternative to, you know, all of the GTIs and things like that, and it's smaller. You know, you got great visibility, by the way. Forward you can see out just great, large side windows, and it's just this nice small little size. It makes it very easy for city driving or any kind of driving for that matter. And a really likable little car. And this one, now you get this little touchscreen as well that's you know, pretty high resolution, although it is a smaller screen. But we're in a Fiat 500, of course, not a Chrysler 300, so that's totally understandable. This has the Beats audio system though, like the Chrysler 300 and stuff like that, so that's pretty awesome that you get that in this tiny little car, and it sounds pretty good. I was playing with it a little bit earlier, and it's a great sounding stereo. And when you step on the brake, it does downshift for you and gets ready for the next gear. So it's very intelligent that it knows to do that. It's very much appreciated. But here we are coming up to some corners. Like I said, it's wet, so we're not going to really push it too much. But just to get a taste of what it's like, it handles pretty good. Now, you would think that a car that's this small and this light would handle better. It feels a tiny bit heavy. You can feel a little bit of body roll, and more so than you do in any of the other hatchbacks, really. And that's something that I actually noted was not present in the Abarth 500 that I reviewed that had an aftermarket suspension setup on it. So that's very easy to fix in the aftermarket if that bothers you. Some people, it may not bother them, but that's one thing I noticed. I mean, it handles pretty flatly. Like I said, it's a little bit more weighty feeling than you would expect. A tiny little car like this, you'd think it would feel extremely light and agile, and it does for the most part, but it's just a little bit heavier than you're expecting, I think. And any test drive or something like that will show you exactly what I'm talking about. All the backfires you get there whenever you upshift, it's awesome. But you know, in manual mode here, it actually does a really good job. You know, it's not the fastest out there, but you know, it takes a little bit. You know, you hit it and it it goes. So, you know, it's an old school kind of speed for the automatic, but again, you know, obviously the manual I think is the enthusiast choice, but you know, for those that sit in a lot of traffic or something, the automatic's not bad. You still get all the Abarth fun, and so yeah, I think you can't go wrong really either way. Other things to note though about the 500 Abarth here, especially for 2016, very nice leather seats here that are perfectly bolstered. I gotta say, I mean, they're really holding me in place well in these corners. I mean, you got enough wiggle room that it'll, you know, allow for many body types, but you know, even for thinner guys like myself, they really feel great. Thigh bolsters are really nice and snug as well, and it's a very upright kind of seating position, a very upright kind of cabin. You know, it's obviously a big huge bubble basically the way the 500 is styled, and I love it though. You know, I love the retro styling of the 500. I think the Abarth version, it just gives it so much attitude, and it's very cool. I love this thing. I love the sound, and I'm hoping that we get this engine in future Fiat products as well, because this engine, just put this in anything and it's going to just make it way better because it just sounds so good. But anyway, that's it for all my thoughts on this quick little drive of the Fiat 500 Abarth convertible here. Let me know your thoughts on it, and let me know whether you'd rather have the manual or the automatic. But either way, like I said, it's a very fun car, and I'm just so glad we get these here in America now. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.